Hey everybody, welcome to another wonderful episode of Hillbilly Hobby. Well, if there was a single car in my, I guess, what you call it, parking lot, and like pasture around the house, uh, a single vehicle that is owned by my wife and I, this Impala. If I could, I just don't know. It's good interior. I mean, it's like new. I mean, interior, it rides nice. I mean, when it is running, but good Lord, I think maybe it's the option. It's the front wheel drive 3.4. But anywho's let me just tell you, it's some work. So I've done a lot of work to it. I haven't done a whole lot of videos on it because we've actually had it as a backup vehicle for a while. So it has kind of sat, other than just kind of driving it around up and down around the block or something like that, you know, charging the battery up and stuff, which I'm doing now. So we started driving it a little more regular, just to put some miles on it and actually, you know, to keep it in good working order, you know. Like I said, it's not a bad ride, but good Lord. So let me run down a list of some of the stuff. You know, I put in a new power steering pump, and lines done, thermostat, temp sensor, both. There are two sets of camshaft position sensors on this. So one is behind the harmonic balancer down there, which basically you have to take the passenger side tire off, the whole 9 yards, and then pull the harmonic balancer off. Wonderful engineering, brilliant. I guess, well, because it's front wheel drive, so I mean, there is that. So it's kind of ran out of options, I guess, what they had to place them. That was one set, and I think there's another one up here on top side. I think it's I don't want to get it wrong, but I know it's up in here somewhere. But anyway, so I've done both cam position sensors. I put a new fender, passenger side fender on. I guess the most recent video that I posted was getting the driver's side window motor, replace that whole assembly. So it's just like I said, but it's a 2001. So anywho, so to get to, you know, long story longer and everything. So I'm doing what I did to the Jeep the other day. The cooling system flush ended up working out great for the Jeep. Turns out that's really all she needed. It did not end up being the thermostat or the water pump or anything else. So once I did the flush, and I flushed the heating core, all that stuff, it's been fine. So awesome there. So what I did, and I wish I would have got it on film. I do have it in a still picture, but you can kind of see some of the residue on the top still. I'm in the process of doing this flush. But so I opened the radiator cap up, and this thing looked like you had taken it out to a red clay dirt road and just mashed it into the red clay. It was just all solid up here, and then it looked like you had poured the rest of the red clay dirt road into the radiator. So not good. I'm actually surprised that she ran like she did. I mean, she would, you know, get warm, and then the fans would kick on. She's got two fans, so the fans would kick on. So she would get warm, and then it would come back when the fans came on. Thermostat seemed to be working fine, but it was just a very sporadic temperature reading. So I thought, well, maybe it is the engine temp sensor and everything. I never thought of, you know, I didn't mess with the radiator or anything like that. you know, I just checked the fluid in the reservoir, the overflow, which I have removed because I'm flushing it out as well. So it's I got it sitting in distilled water, or filled with distilled water, sitting soaking. So never thought about the radiator. Went and got a temp sensor, new temp sensor, put that in, got the same stuff. So it's like, what the heck? So like I said, I ended up doing that with the Jeep. I was like, aha moment, you know, light bulb goes on over your head. I was like, well, heck, I mean, if that worked for the Jeep, let me try it on the Impala. So yep, so got her up. I had to change the oil in the filter anyway, so brought her up. I got her on stands, did the oil and filter, and then so before I started it back up, you know, it was cold. I popped the radiator cap and saw what I saw, and I was like, yeah, I'm pretty certain that's not good. Nope, not at all. So that's what we're doing. So what I've already done, you can see I've kind of already removed this again. What I did was I removed the lower rad hose and the upper rad hose, and then put the hose in, flushed out the radiator to where it started coming out the lower rad hose clear. And then I went and back flushed the top rad hose, and then I also put the hose into the entry port where the thermostat housing's at, and flushed it until clear water started coming out of this port right here where the lower rad hose connects to. So got that, and then plugged that back up, and then I filled the rad with distilled water, completely full to the top. And then so I left the cap off, you know, to burp any bubbles. Started her up, let her get up to operating temp to have the thermostat open up, and then let it run to make sure that the distilled water flowed completely through the system. Let her run a little bit till the fans kicked on, then I shut her off and turned it down. So now that's where we're at now, and I'm just letting her cool down a little bit longer. She's been sitting about 10 minutes, but I'm definitely going to let her sit, you know, a little bit longer, because like I said, she was at operating temp. And then we're going to flush out the distilled water and then fill her back up with coolant, and then I'll probably drive her around, and we'll see if that fixes the erratic temperature readings, which I'm pretty certain it will. But anywho, so thought I'd make a video of it. Like I said, just I've had the time lately to do more of these, so figured I might as well do it while I could. So anyway, I hope y'all are doing well, and happy Tuesday, everybody. Again, this is Hillbilly Hobby. Please like, share, and or subscribe. And this is, you know, it's not paid. This is not a paid channel. No paid content. It's just a hobby, and I enjoy doing this stuff. So I appreciate any likes and shares, and any subscribers. Thank y'all. See you in a bit. All right, let me try this again. So I thought I had started the video. I think it got cut off. But so I'll start back from the beginning. So basically, where I left you off at was I had already flushed the cooling system with distilled water. So I was letting the engine cool. So I let it cool down. I reopened took off the lower rad hose and the upper rad hose and drained everything again, flushed it back out with fresh water. I cleaned out the overflow reservoir, and I have filled it to the cold line for coolant. And then I have filled the radiator with new coolant, and I have this purge funnel to get all the air bubbles out of it while we're doing. That's what we're doing now. And it's got this cool 45-degree angle that came with the kit. I did not need that adapter for the Jeep because it was the radiator cap was straight on top on the Jeep. This one's at a little bit of angle, as you can see. So we're just waiting for all the air bubbles to get out. I'm gonna go see if she's at operating temp yet. Well, she is not there yet, but she's going. I don't know why this thing won't focus. There we go. So just waiting for her, you know, to get up to temp. Open the thermostat. It is starting to bubble over a little bit. So we got some. I think the thermostat opened up. So now we got some air coming out. That's good. Very good. That's how this thing's supposed to work. So we're just gonna let her sit here and get up to temp, and it should do the one almost like volcano looking thing, and then you'll see a lot of that coolant go back down, back into the radiator. But yeah, it's starting to go now. All right, everybody. Well, thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it. Once again, if you like it, please like, share, and or subscribe. And y'all have a great day. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Thanks for watching Hillbilly Hobby.